Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and amazing Propagandacast, a riveting one even, of here to a 1v1 on Twin Beaches. Yes. In the south, we have Zodiak fighting for the Deutsche Sache, or the German army, the 15th Panzergrenadier Division. Tasked with holding line until an infantry division can be brought in to hold it, actually, since you typically don't want Panzergrenadiers spending too much time just being ground down in defensive action. In the north stands the one and only Momo4sho. When you're in legal trouble, you need Momo4sho. No, wait, I don't think he's actually a lawyer. Anyways, fighting here for the British Army, the Commonwealth, the 1st Armoured Division. Trying to make their way through the German lines here before reinforcements can arrive. We got here a double sapper dingo start here, as Momo has put himself to be a big fan of dingoes. Double Panzergrenadier meanwhile here for Zodiac, right into armoured support. We'll of course see here what exactly Momo4sho is scheming himself here, as he goes for double sappers into rapid dingoes. As always, a big hearty thanks to my many and wonderful patron supporters for the continued and generous support of the Propagandacast. Allows me to keep making all these videos on a wonderful and daily basis. A big thanks to all those who keep making the magic possible, and a big thanks to all those wonderful devils who keep liking and commenting on the videos there as well. Great help there as well, gets the video out to as many people as possible. So big thanks to all those charming devils there. So dingo rushing in here, of course, Momo4sho looking for targets, possibly a nice bike, or just some Germans to shoot and rush, racing in there, spotting the Panzer Peony here by the Northern Nations here. Momo4sho sets it back, disrupting in the early game of Zodiac here already. Panzer Squad should be able to assist here the Panzer Peony as they're beleaguered here, being holed up behind a bunch of old buoys and other fishing and aquatic related equipment here. We'll have to see what happens next for Momo. I'm guessing as an infantry section, but the fighting continues up north. The Panzergrenadiers actually do not need to assist here. Basically, Zodiac here trading off the Panzer Peony in terms of time here versus the Dingo. Figuring they should be able to hold up well enough. Panzer's got the southern point here. Sappers being out to going to spot the Panzergrenadiers. Conan TK's racing off with the Sappers close in with the Sten guns. Mark II. Dingo there taking further damage. Exposing the sun. The rear armor here to the Panzer Peony. They're trying to rear the rear armor that is thinner enough for the Panzer Peony to have a better chance of penetrating. Panzergrenadiers backing off here. Of course, if the Sappers are allowed to get close to them, the Sappers will beat them. 3rd Panzergrenadier squad here for Zodiac. Dingo falling back. His mom realised it's starting to have a lot more holes than dingoes are typically meant to have. Oi! I think someone's been shooting at us! Really? Yes! Oh. Good thing all that education wasn't wasted on you then. Dingo there being pushed back here. Section rolling up as well. More forces converging in the centre. More Panzer getting pulled in here for Zodiac and the German army. Sappers sector clash across the urban terrain here. Panzer's got trying to flank into a subsist now here. More support racing in. Would be smart to focus on the Sappers first, as up close to the one with the most DPS, but also currently they're the weakest out of the assembled squads here. So the sections do have a bit more health here. Panzer Peony, Panzer arriving. I do think you should try taking the route around here, getting behind Momo's forces here. Obviously, there's concerning matter more here, but I feel like it wouldn't worth the risk. Either way, though, Sappers routed. Engagement up north here by the fuel hill. It's going out in Armoured favor of Zodiac. We got the light support company up here from Panzer Peony. I think needs to withdraw. He is going for the flamethrowers, but crucially, he doesn't have anything with merge because he's not playing the Wehrmacht. So, no point in risking them, since it's not like the Panzergrenadiers can just quickly jump onto them. Sectioning up here, Panzer pushing forwards and south here, though. As Zodiac has brought all of his attention into the north here, though, Momo has still been exploiting the southern positions there, and it's now pushing for the southern beach cutoff point. Thumbs up there to Momo. Good overall mental scope there. Keeping check of where things are and aren't on the map and exploiting that. So even as loosening engaged up north here, he's able to exploit this quite well here versus opponent. Ambulance is almost done here. Got the fuel on the hill, but again it's lost access to the fuel in the beaches. And we can see Momo here is leaving a little gift for the Germans. We got the veteran gunners up here for Zodiac as well, increasing the penetration of his guns. Got the ambulance ready then, Orbital Blitz. Of course, many other vehicles in a pinch could be used as an ambulance. You had Kubelwagens and any other kind of truck, really. And of course, 250 on half-track size, even 250 half-tracks. We got the Dingo racing forwards here, going straight for the Panzer goes over the cut-off point here. And the south mine goes off here. Again, Momo's mine is already paying off dividends. But we got a large push here by Momo. I believe we also got some... No, doesn't have tank there. For some reason, my mind thought that might have been looking at the main map. Slip up there by me. Sappers bringing in the cut-off point again, might even sneak up behind Zodiac's front line here. Trying to catch up with the Sappers and also try and manage to get that cut-off point back. But now we get a big British surge onto the north here. from Momo. Let's go to Momo here in the 1st Armoured Division, 6th Rifle Company. Panzer Pioneer reinforcing healing. No sign of upgrades here yet, though. We got another Panzer Pioneer squad here for Zodiak and the German army. Got more mines from Momo. Thumbs up. Probably why he's actually going in for the 2nd Panzer Pioneer squad is probably in anticipation of more mines, and so getting a mine sweep out. Very sensible play there by Zodiak. Certainly he's gonna pay off dividends for getting a mine sweep here versus Momo. Saps, they're being pushed back. Panzer Pioneer advancing over the Flammenwerfer 35, though. At this point, they would have the Flammenwerfer 41. Was it 42? I think it was 41. Basically, more advanced and better flamethrower than the 35 model. So, troops heading out here, and yes, indeed, we are in fact getting the advanced hazard removal package because Zodiac, of course, realizing if he keeps stepping on Momo's mines, it's going to get very expensive very fast. As for Momo, we do finally have some tech here. We do get the platoon command post. Worth noting, no sign of a battle group yet, so I feel like it may not in fact be in until because Civil can get off Valor very fast, which is very good. Of course, it could be quickly up with Gurkhas, so it could be more armored here, or British Air and Sea, where there's less of an immediate need to like pick it to gain off the immediate goodies. There you go, Panzer Pioneer sweeping out the mines there. Thumbs up to Momo. Sapper setting out. Bill Haptiv goes out here. I would expect, though, the M3 Stuart light tank, because against the Deutsches Afrika Korps, there's a good chance of getting hit by an Achtraut or anything similar, in which case, generally the Stuart is just a very good pick versus the DAK, in my general experience. So, Momo here going for the Stuart makes a lot of sense. It's also just, again, a very solid pick. And it's going to make it much harder, I think, here for Zodiac to use any of his light vehicles versus Momo. We got the Dingo there, backed up anti-tank section C. Back at base, we do have the Mechanized Company going up there for Zodiac as well there, and the 15th Panzergrenadier Division. Grabbing the fuel on the hill here. In the south here, Panzers weaving into the nearby buildings here in the beach resort. Stuart Light Tank is on the way for Momo4sho, the M3 Stuart Light Tank. Very much part of American Lend-Lease, and will be given out to, of course, the British, but also the Soviets in smaller numbers. So the Soviets, for instance, are not big fans of the Stuart. Panzergrenadier being forced back here. Further up north here, Panzergrenadiers for the section here by a few worn out boats. Mines on the hill there, the Schützenmine 42. Basically infantry mine. Sort of what the name means there, as a fun side fact. As an additional note about the Schützenmine, it was actually designed to maim rather than kill. You might wonder, why would you maim someone rather than kill them? Because in both cases you take them out of the fight, because you know someone that afoot is not exactly going to be fighting, but rather, if you maim them, they're going to be a much bigger drain on resources at several stages, from like, you know, being hauled back to the, you know, first aid position, to like, you know, basically, you know, once they're back in like, you know, civilian life and such. So, little note there. Panzer against the section here, going up there with the Flammenwerfer, but again, good aggressive pressuring here by Momo against Zodiac, and of course, this is one of the things about this map. It really allows for some aggressive plays, flanking and sneak moves here, which is definitely why it's like, you know, one of the more favourite maps by a lot of competitive players. Again, it's just not a map where you can easily just camp out easily and safely. Dingo there taking a lot of hits here, half H82 here. We've probably got Armoured with the Radionet here for Momo. Probably expected the rigorous vehicle training, but Radionet is honestly a pretty good ability too. Panzer Pioneer here attacking towards the fuel hill here. Needs to reconnect the southern fuel again. And overall, this is just very good disruptive play by Momo against Zodiac, really hurting his income. Meanwhile, Dingo there finally got another Stuart light chain there for Momo4sho. Tally ho, chaps. More Stuarts on the way. Oh, lovely. Stuart flying away there with its little 30 cal machine gun, then its 37mm gun there. Ground points here, Panzer wing forwards. Far south here, Sapper swinging about here, the front line of Zodiac. Up north, you've got the Stuart base. You know, he cancels the Stuart, goes for another section. Interesting shift here by Momo. Perhaps he's concerned about counters to his double Stuart strategy. Perhaps he feels double Stuart's excessive, or perhaps he just wants that more infantry. But now we do have the Marder Fiat here, the early model, which was equipped with not a Pak 40 like most of the Marder series would have been, but actually with a converted Soviet anti-tank gun, which the Germans would have called the Pak 36R. Section wing forwards here, Recce section up there for Momo, no Bren guns here. Stuart roaming about here, Marder following it back. Panzer Pioneer close to being wiped out. And the south here, Panzer against the fuel point in the south. Again, good pressuring by Momo so far, though it's worth noting Zodiak does have a good victory putting in a Momo so far. Stuart there under fire from the Marder 3 here. Shoots, misses. Second shot loaded up. Their shot goes through. Crikey! Wait, when did we start saying crikey? Ignore that. Anyways, Marder down to heavy fire from the anti-tank rifles. They're punching through the not exactly heavy armor there of neither the Panzer 38T or, of course, the superstructure for the Marder that's mounted on top of the Panzer 38T. Recce anti-tank signaling up here. We'll have to see here what he goes for next. We got a Stug 3D on the way, the Sturmgeschütz Ausführung D. Nice pick, of course, of blasting for all the infantry. Bit of an older strategy in a sense here, because it used to be a lot more popular back when the Brits were a lot more popular back when the technology was way too good. You typically go for a mix of Marders and Stug 3Ds, as the Stug 3Ds were fairly good counters against, well, massed anti-tank infantry from the British. Back here to Zodiak. So, been a bit while since we've seen those. There's been more Achtrad Marders lately, or Panther 3s. So, interesting shift here from the Zodiak. And there you go, firing and from the cannon there, ripping apart there for Richard. 6-pounder gun here from Momo in response here to the Sturmgeschütz arriving there. Supported, of course, here by a Marder 3. Stuart there gets shot through for the Stug side armor. Marder moving forwards. Good shot on the Stuart light tank here. Another good shot on the Stug, though, by the Stuart. And tanks moving up here, threatening the flank of the Marder. And here we do see that maybe, like, you know, Zodiak could benefit from some machine gun crews to cover his own flanks against infantry. Or he could even consider, like, assault grenadiers. I personally find assault grenadiers to be quite excellent versus, like, you know, British infantry, in particular the regular sections and the sappers. Of course, also worth noting, has gone for veteran school. You dismiss that. Thumbs up. Makes his men 6 men, gives them a bit hard to kill, and gives them more experience. So, really solid upgrade if you have, like, a lot of Panzer Grenadiers going. So, thumbs up to Zodiac there. Section losing out here. We also have one equipped with the MG34. Center there, we got the MG34 section of Panzer Squad engaging the Recce section, but Momo there, of course, is not done. He's calling in artillery. This is biscuit, apple jam. Can't we just use something better and more sensible? No, keep going. A biscuit, apple jam, requesting a stonk on the funny house of Bilberry Lane. Christ, I hope we get someone better in artillery soon. Up here, troops enforcing healing. We got the company command post there for Momo4sho. Troops sending out here, getting reinforced healed. Small push here. That's the funny house on Bilberry Lane there. It's getting hammered by a 25-pounder gun. Good rifle grenade here. Of course, thinking that Momo has gone for grenades. Not a lot of British players lately have gone for that, but they're still, like, you know, really good. Both the snares, but also the rifle grenades. Further northeast sections again being progress there. And we can see now that Zodiac's sort of more withdrawn towards the southern beaches here, ignoring the north side for now, which is a bit risky, as it does give Momo more freedom up north, which means he can attack him from more angles as well. So there's definitely some risks here, I think, involved for Zodiac. And it's very important, I think, for him to, like, you know, maintain a more aggressive offensive mindset. But also, I think, look for, like, you know, openings and gaps, which I think is one of those things that makes Twin Beaches a sort of interesting map, both to cast, observe, and also, I think, play on once you sort of get how to play it through your head, obviously. It's like, there's a lot of ways you can, like, sneak up on your opponent and catch them off guard. So, something worth there, keep in mind. Marders, Sturmgeschütz running northwards here. Momo's got mines here. We got the 6-pounder gun ready to blast any Jones. Got more mines here from Momo. Thumbs up there. South side here, anti-tanks bring up, got Panzer Pioneer by. 426 versus 360. And south Recce section bring up, they're going for the fuel point there as well. Again, as soon as, like, Zodiac tries from one place, Momo almost, like, supernaturally sends it, moves forwards here. Aggressive, driven play, and of course it does help. He has a lot of infantry, which further allows, like, you know, scope out the front line very well there. So thumbs up to Momo here up north, Stuart there. Giving those Panzer grenades a hell of a time. And Zodiac here doesn't have any anti-tank grenades himself, so he doesn't like any easy way of, like, say, snowing up the Stuart. Good shot from the Marder 3 here in the south. Sturmgeschütz being sent southwards here, backed up by Panzer Pioneer. Needs to establish connection with the southern fuel point again. Back here, we got another Sturmgeschütz Rasfende here for Zodiak, double Marder, double Stug. Spicy. Almost got the wreckage section here, but it does narrowly dodge like close up north here. Marder keeps pursuing the Stuart light tank. We got troop pushing up for the fuel hill here. We got Panzergrenadiers for that Maschinengewehren. Back in Momo's base, what is next? We got a Vickers out for Momo. It's Otomo. We got old Crusade tank out here catching the Stug there. And the Marders are nowhere near. Oh, actually, I spoke to him. The Marder is actually roughly within the vicinity there. Good shot from the Marder there, straight through these Crusaders' frontal armor. Unsurprisingly, 6-pounder gun that's ready to cover here for the Crusader, but it bounces off the Stug's frontal armor in the south here. Panzerpure needs support as well. We got the Stugs there being hauled back due to heavy damage. Other Stug could go down here now to Zodiac. Smoke deployed, though, meaning his research survival package. Thumbs up here. In the center, we got the Stugs still posing problems, and we got Momo here. Sort of bogged down here, but now launches men forwards there. Pulling out his little trench whistle before blowing it and sending them forwards. But there you go. Zodiac going to get flanked by the Marders. Good flank here, I think, by Zodiac and Momo, getting a bit aggressive with the Stuart. And there you go. Having gone for the survival package on his Stuart, he also deploys smoke and gets out of there. But not before Zodiac's Marders gets off another shot, slamming through the Stuart's frontal armor. In the south here, Panzergrenadiers for the section about southern victory point. Up north, fighting continues. British troops and German troops are falling alike here, like apples from a very large and very odd tree. Panzergrenadiers to the sappers here. Almost got the sappers, but the Panzergrenadiers also in a very risky situation. Further south, they got the victory point here. Panzergrenadiers falls back to the wreckage section. Sturmgeschütze in heavy need of repairs here. We'll have to see what happens next here, of course, for Zodiac. Even back from Momo, tanks being repaired. We got the engineer detachments for cheaper sappers and easy to reinforce sappers. We've got infantry training as well here. Very nice there. Thumbs up. Bit surprised I hasn't gone for that one sooner because it is a very good upgrade. Now that, you know, both made it more accessible and also gave it more experience to start with. Marder's moving about here. Yeah, the Marder 3 series was basically based off the Panzer 38T, which was a Czechoslovakian tank the Germans basically gained the production lines for once they got, like, you know, parts of Czechoslovakia, which allowed them to help make up, at least initially, for some of the issues they had making tanks. They used Czechoslovakian tanks in a lot of their Panzer divisions. Of course, after a certain point, though, it rather hit some limitations, at which point they sort of started, like, you know, using the chassis itself, things like the Marder, the Grille, the Flak Panzer 38T, and of course, finally, the very famous Hetzer. Fun fact. Stuart racing forwards here. Panzer's being caught here as Momo drives in there for the British Empire with a tally-ho on his lips. 6-pounder gunning up north here. Zodiac there definitely is feeling a bit contained here. Partly, I think, by his own actions to perhaps a degree there. Stood here falling back. He's clearly concerned that, like, you know, he gets in too aggressive, he's going to get flanked by Momo. At the same time, he doesn't. Like, you know, he's still going to get flanked due to the nature of this map. This is, in a sense, a map that can really reward some good flanking. There you go. The Stu being hammered in the Marder face here. In fact, we got our victory point for Momo over Zodiac here. Certainly highlighting that Momo is starting to, like, gain more and more initiative here versus Zodiac. Needs something about it. In the south here, regular section of the beach finds himself in a bit of trouble. Then Park, in particular, takes a direct hit from the high explosive shell there, knocking out the wind and then some out of him. Up north here, stood doing some repairs quickly in the south. Wreckage section finally falls off the southern beaches. And now we got a drive here from Zodiac straight down the center, going for that Stuart Marder turning around there. Good shots here from the Pack 36 as they're mounting the Marder feast. 6-pounder gun spotted the Marder. The Stuart deep got a third Marder out here though. For Zodiac, going for a bit of an alpha strike right here with the triple Marder build. I don't know he wants triple Marders. Honestly, at this point, I'll probably start pulling for the Panzer Company, like maybe other Stukas or Furs to help deal with anti-tank guns and Dagen infantry, or start pushing for Panzer 3s. Panzer being in a bit of trouble, got a grenade off there though. But the Panzer being in deep trouble could actually risk a wipe here if Zodiac is not careful. Still, that was a pretty solid push here, I think, from Zodiac. Definitely not some here that Momo was quite ready for. The Panzer Pioneer there, ripped apart with the big retreat here. Good shooting there. Nemo 2 pushing in here. We got Stu there bombarding the section side of the funny house there on Bilberry Lane. Section there found to the side of the Stu. Got artillery called in here. It's a fierce exchange of firepower. Panzer being rushed with the sappers, backed up with the Vickers. It's more forcing Zodiac here further away into the beach center here. And Zodiac's troops are just fully routed here. Maybe a misclick there by them. Hard to say here, but it's a full rout here more or less. And this means Momo can rapidly reclaim all the lost terrain here from the 15th Panzergrenadier. He's lost all of his Panzerpionier, which is not great both for the purpose of finding mines, but also, he does need, Panzerpionier to repair his tanks faster. He is going here for the emergency repair kits. It is a very good upgrade, but he still, preferably would also just prefer faster repair speeds. Does also mean his stuff is now fairly heavy, as he's got both the survival package and the surf repair kits. That does provide some fair health bonuses there. Stu being withdrawn here, so Momo, of course, has decided the Stuart has done its part. No point risking any more. And he's going to, call in something bigger here as his opponent. And there we go. That thing bigger is the 17-pounder gun. That's certainly also a good counter to these Duke 3D and Marder builds, honestly, here from Zodiak. Also, one reason I think these builds sort of slightly fell out of favor is because, as Brits caught on to this, it certainly lost a bit of value. In particular, once the pathing got fixed, handing 17-pounder guns became significantly more viable. And so, again, that's not to say this can't work at all, but it is going to require, I think, Zodiak to now actually really tech up. He's going to need the Stukas first, or he's going to need light infantry guns. He's going to need some way of countering that. There you go. Recce section with the Stuka 3D here. All this anti-tank section up at the lighthouse. North side again. Just isn't seeing a lot of action here from Zodiak. Marder is returning to tank rifles. Got fighting at several points here across the beaches. There you go. Marder getting pumped by a tank rifle and 6-pounder gun fire. No smoke here being provided by the Stukas to cover it. And he somehow survives for the Marder though. Up here, Stu hitting a mine. Caught in front of the Crusader. Definitely right spot. Meanwhile, Momo is hauling his new fancy 17-pounder gun to the front line, ready to meet the Germanic men. As Sappers moving down the main road into the Panzergrenadiers. Machine gun from the Stu also joining into the chorus here. And further south here, we got the section being pushed back by the Panzergrenadier. 17-pounder gun being moved down to the beaches. We got them Stu moving forwards here. 6-pounder being caught here. Momo's going to try and fix it up the 17-pounder gun here to meet the Stu. Or is he? No. Recce section there loses Jenkins to a high explosive shell there. It's Nart who takes command of the squad there from Sergeant Jenkins. In the center there, Marder is just being scorched by the flamethrower. Recce section about to get wiped out there. 6-pounder gun, now 17-pounder gun ready to fire here. Crusader moving in, and there you go. Hell of a hit of the Stu. No smoke here though from Zodiak to cover the retreat of the Sturmgeschütz 3 Ausführung D. Victory points wise down to 245 as 351 here. Momo has really managed to shift the balance of power now between the two players in a quite fierce and explosive manner. Marder moving up here, 17-pounder gun repositioning. Vickers also doing the same here. More towards the center here. The second Stu and Marder moving up here, close to the Funny House and Bilberry Lane. Southern point grabbed the Panzergrenadier. And further down here in Zodiac space, not much is happening except we're going for rapid advance. Okay. Speed boost and of course capturability in all of his tanks and vehicles. Interesting. I haven't seen that one too much either after, well, all of these things got made a lot more expensive. And certainly I've seen a lot of suggestions that they should cut down the manpower cost, but at the fuel cost, and honestly, that does kind of make sense. We'll have to see, of course, what they got planned there for the upcoming balance patch here at the end of August. We'll have to see it's going to be on the, I think, 24th, or it's going to be on the 29th, basically. Could be a few things, and it's going to be a smaller update compared to, in a sense, like, not small balance patches, but rather just, it's just going to be a balance update. They're not going to, add more maps and stuff like that, like the other one's got to be like a massive pathing overhaul either, so that's what they mean when they talk about smaller in scope. But I imagine there's going to be still a fair amount of balance change, in particular the DAK and to the Americans, to sort of bring them a bit closer to each other. Because that's probably, I think, with those two factions that currently the biggest power gap exists. Anyways, pushing forward and south with the Zodiac against Momo's possessions, and there you go, 17-pounder gun slams into the Marder. Anti-tank grenade over, damned in the engine. In the center, Stuka has a section pilot up here, Panzerpionier assisting. Panzer moving forward for the victory point. Marder there somehow survives this double slam combo here, but now the Stuka taking hits there from the 17-pounder gun and the Crusader, and the Stuka somehow survives two 17-pounder gun hits, only I think part due to all these upgrades. Anti-tank system taking that 6-pounder gun, firing a shot, bounces, flies off there, and goes into the Funny House and Bilberry Lane. Panzer is pitching for the northern fuel point. In the south here, Red Q6 can try and threaten here the southern flank of Zodiac, very good. And there you go, Momo is quick to load the chaps on the 17-pounder gun and get it going again. Saps with the Panzergrenadiers. And there we go. Grenades off, he coursing. Zodiac just retreated as he popped his veteran's vulnerability. Quite the fierce and energetic match here so far. A lot of back and forth action. And there you go. Recce section moving forwards here, fighting the Marauders. Zodiak, of course, taking no chances, but he's also not taking up. And I do think at the creeps at this point, he really, really badly wants to take up. And again, this is where I think going for the triple Marauder might have been a slight mistake, particularly versus the British. Again, they can like just easily refit their stuff. So like you would commit in one direction, they can just refit their forces and adapt to that way in a sense. Refit is, in that respect, actually like a really powerful, but I think a bit overlooked ability right now in the British arsenal. Like, it is really good if you know how to make use of it. We got Crusader anti-aircraft tanks, but Momo's clearly not bonding with them. He's going for the Black Prince, and he's just lost one of his Marauders, which is actually the situation where he actually would want 3 Marauders, but even then, like, 3 Marauders versus a 17-pounder gun and a Black Prince may still not be the ideal pick here for Zodiac. So Momo here is clearly going for a big gun strategy here versus the Germans. And I think to a degree, I think Zodiac's kind of played into it by, again, allowing himself to, like, going to be more easily contained by Momo, and I think not being aggressive enough, not disruptive enough here versus Momo. So, 17-pounder gun here already, but veterans opening up for the high explosive shells. Honestly, kind of wish the Flak 36 had a high explosive shell ability. At least the static one from the Luftwaffe. Sturmgeschütz moving up here, spotting some sappers forces back north side is by now completely open. Like if Zodiac were to dispatch forces, they could easily, I think, make a lot of progress here versus Momo. 17-pounder gun there, driving around in circles. Crusader moving up.
I'll be a black. All nearby infantry will be reinforced, Commander.
Panzer made command here for Zodiac, finally happening. But now we got the Black Prince out here. One option, of course, here for Zodiac would be to go for the Flak 36 to counter that. That would certainly be my suggestion. And of course, the Stukas would to do with the other anti-tank guns. I think that could work out fairly well for Zodiac. He could, of course, also try and go here for the Tiger tank. He does, I believe, have a lot of fuels hanging about, so he could make that work. But even does go for the Tiger tank, I'd still suggest a Stukas of Furs to deal with that 17-pounder gun. Still here, Panzers finding out we got the Crusader Cream Forts here for Momo and the British Empire, the 1st Armoured Division. And finally pushing northwards here with some Panzer Pioneer with Minesweepers. Black Prince moving forwards here with the 17-pounder gun. Still creeping up here around to the Vickers, the Sappers. 17-pounder gun now carrying the main road here. Sappers there being hit by the Sturmgeschütze. Other Stuck taking hits. We got, I think, an airstrike calling in here. Yes, indeed. A lot of going in here. Mines going off. Momo's men being hit here by the Sturzkampf bomber as they go in there. Guns blazing, ripping through British men and steel alike. No mercy here from Zodiac or the Luftwaffe. More hits here. Sapson right up north of the Black Prince. Overcomes the Panzer Pioneer with explosive ease. Forcing back here Zodiac's Panzer Pioneer. 17-pounder gun being quickly positioned. Yes, suddenly he realised the situation is a bit more threatening than he'd been initially led to believe. Flares off here, good use. Thumbs up. Zodiac got a lot of his vehicle part, they're just hanging back, not doing too much. We do have the armoured reserves here, so very likely here, at this stage, that Zodiac may probably going here for the Tiger tank versus Momo, relying on Kupstahl here against the Tommies. Breaking second forward to the Stuke 3D. Great shot there, leaving just 2 men alive there. Sergeant Nigel Hawthorne and his friend Bob. Almost wiping out here. We got tank section forwards here. Marauders moving in, only to get hammered here by the boys. Anti-tank rifles there, sang through the armour. Truck moving forwards there. Perhaps forgot about the 17-pounder gun. Crikey! This thing's driving a lot smoother now, isn't it? Did you just say crikey? Well, what about, you know, the gun? Oh, right. Panzer goes to the section, ripping through them. In the centre, we got the Black Prince there, catching the Panzer Grenadier there with the 17-pounder gun and his Crackshot machine gun. Got the Recce section in trouble as well. Further north, we can claim we got 3 and 15 versus 150. Zodiac needs to pick up the pieces as Bobo. Then again, if he's holding up for the Tiger tank, he needs to be a bit smart about how he uses his manpower. He obviously can't just get hyper aggressive now. Black Prince being slammed by the Marauders. The guns are slaying through the heavy tanks armor, the infantry tank. Pushing back the Panzer, killing poor Jurgen.
We're losing a
And of course, still got that vacancy, providing excellent anti-infantry support here for Momo and the British Empire. Over to Zodiak here.
Our forces are down to 200 points.
Who almost has the fuel, and manpower-wise, he's not too far away either from the Tiger 1. So, that's it. There's going to be one thing to have a Tiger tank. It's going to be another thing to actually utilize it with a great enough effect here versus the British. Up north here, Panzer going a bit in deep here. Caught by Momo and rapidly dispatched by Momo. Units covering a wide variety of points here. And Zodiak is just, you know, waiting for that Tiger tank. He's not far off at this point. I'd say he's roughly a minute away. I mean, fuel-wise, he's less than that. But manpower-wise, it's going to be a bit longer. That actually might be half a minute now. So we'll have to see what happens next here. Will Momo, of course, be suspecting a Tiger tank? I mean, he's got a 17-pounder gun and a Black Prince. So, to some extent, he's probably anticipating something big, heavy, and armored coming in his direction.
Proximity alarm near our capture point.
Grabbing the points there as well. So dispatching armor and infantry northwards here. He's closing in. He's closing in. Points being grabbed though. Momo is slowly tightening the noose here around Zodiak though. We got mines going down as well. They're very good. Very good. Panzer's advancing here. Closing on that Tiger. The Tiger. Panzer advancing at ace level, by the way. 33 kills. I mean, those Panzer have done really good work here for Zodiak. Okay. Oh, yeah, forgot about it. It's actually 800 manpower here. Still assuming it's a times bit the Tiger one from the Wehrmacht, which is obviously cheaper, but also is from a battle group, and so it's just available no matter what you pick. You make. South's being caught here. 17-pounder being brought up again. Really nicely handled here by Momo4sho. Makes use of that 17-pounder gun versus Zodiak. On the other hand, Zodiak, despite having access to these smoke launches, hasn't really made like any distinct usage of them against Momo. I feel like that's been an oversight here by Zodiak, honestly. Less than 100 points now. It's really shifted aggressively against Zodiak now, the victory point situation. But now, finally, after so long time, so much time that he can finally call in the Tiger. He just needs to press the button. And there you go. 504th Schwerer Panzerabteilung dispatches one Tiger tank there from Army Reserve to assist the beleaguered commander here in this sector against the British menace. Of course, I have to see what is next, but I would certainly strongly urge a Stukasafuss. Up north here, Panzer being attacked with a Crusader tank backed up by a few other chaps by the looks of it. Sturmgeschütze, Marders, targeting forwards here. It's going to be pushed here by... And in the south here, Stuke getting hammered here by the Black Prince and the 17-pounder... Oh, it's like not 17-pounder gun, it's a 6-pounder gun. Momo once more. Strat never forgets about the 17-pounder gun. And we got the Sapper Swap. Good kill here for Zodiak. Of course, he still needs to kill a lot more, but it's a start. And there you go. We got Momo here deploying artillery to contest the point. Pushes opponent off there. Keep it off it. Thumbs up there. Definitely one of those cheekier tricks the British can employ against you, is just calling in artillery to just deny your point with the threat of your men exploding if you're not careful. Apparently Zodiak just doesn't care. Tank tank being repaired. I do think Zodiak again needs to pick up the pace, as they say here. 17-pounder gun finding a position as the truck remembers to get it going. Up north, Duke D pushing in it from the northern victory point to keep the Tommies off it. We've got 76 with 315. In the south here, Panzer is advancing across the beaches. British forces there, they're halting the advance. Tiger tank forwards here. 17-pounder shoots at the Marder. Great here. Could even push it. The Tiger tank could, I think. Oh, there's this Black Prince supporting ours. You could say dart past it. That probably going to work out there. Up northeast, Duke D push back by the Crusader. We've got 69 versus 315 here. 67. Panzer is being to occupy the lighthouse here. Opening up immediately on the Vickers there from within the lighthouse. Very good. Stug's Tiger being pushed northwards here. I think Zodiak is kind of getting the right idea here. He needs to maneuver Momo right now, instead of like just trying to attack right into both a 17-pounder gun and a Black Prince. So, thumbs to Zodiac there. Got tank 100 seconds being caught with the Tiger tanks. They find themselves matched with something a lot bigger than their rifles. Good lord! They didn't teach me about this at the training school! Up north, Crusader catching the Stug 3G. Not DD, sorry. Panzer forwards here. We got 49 points left here. Zodiac needs to go full Deutschland here. But it's going to be too late soon enough. Black Prince being hauled up north here. Momo holding the 17 Panzer gun northwards as well. They're very good. Section being pushed back up with the Panzer as the Panzer Pioneer. Could Zodiak go for the Stukas first? He's got the fuel, he's almost got the manpower. And certainly, part of me would recommend just to deal with these anti-tank guns and machine guns. And south, mine goes off here. Lots of mines from Momo. Tiger tank advantage. We got Panzer in there. Black Prince being hauled up here. Lots of mines spotted. Marder flanking here the Black Prince. I suppose he could also just go for the flak for to counter the Black Prince and stuff. I mean, that could also work out there. I just think he needs to go for either the Black Prince or the Stukas first. Black Prince, they take massive damage from the Tiger tank as the 88mm armor piercing shield slams through it. Mines going off there. Panzer Pioneer what? Zodiak is on just 2 Panzer Grenadier scores now versus him. Black Prince, 17 Panzer getting pushed back into the base here. Zodiak has actually managed a fairly good push again, but just shifting the axis of attack away from like just where all of Momo's guns are pointing. Like that's really just one of those big Coh3 and general company's advice I can give you. It's like, you know, don't charge into all of their guns. Try and shift the axis of attack and catch them off guard. Ooh, we got battlefield salvage, but executed could also really give Zodiak here a lot of resources to get back on the field with. But there you go, 17 Pounder up in the Tiger tank here. Needs to withdraw it, and he is going for Panzer III. Normally, I would be for Panzer III here, but there's a Black Prince and a 17 Pounder gun. I think the Panzer III is actually a bit of a mistake here by Zodiak. Actually, Zodiak to Momo here. Sorry about that. I just got caught up in the action, but I think he really either wants a Flak 36 or a Stukas. I think the Panzer III right now is the wrong kind of middle ground that Zodiak is looking for. Like, he wants something to either hit down hard on the Black Prince or on the anti-tank guns and the infantry. I think that is what Zodiak is currently looking for in my book. Of course, I could be wrong there. But at least from my perspective, that's what I would strongly recommend under current circumstances. We got 304 versus 336 here. Again, thanks to that shift northwards here, Zodiak was able to restore order to the line and actually get a pressure back on his opponent. And what this is in the far south, we got the Panzer III diving in. Is going to make a push for the southern victory point. Or southeastern one here. Bold here by Zodiak. And up north here, push for the northern victory point as Momo and the first arm there sends the rifleman first. Black Prince and 17 Pounder gun being brought up as well here. This is where, you know, something like a Stukas was a Flak 36 would be very handy. Meanwhile, in the southeast, 6 Pounder guns, Crusade being brought against the Panzer III here. Could have deployed smoke to cover his Panzer III here, by the way, but unfortunately, when a lot of people go for units fire package, they typically never use the smoke. Panzer III knocked out, they're great kill for Momo, of course. Up north here, fighting happens. Stu D, Tiger tank here versus Black Prince, and of course another 17 Pounder gun here. Got 280 versus 6. Tiger tank takes a disastrous hit from the 17 Pounder gun. It is close to 82 here. Black Prince already is there. Another great hit on the Tiger tank here. Panzer is being mauled here. Stu D moving forwards, and we got straight from it called in by Zodiak here. Momo, Luftwaffe goes in, hammering through the Black Prince. Armor gives way on the top there. Shrapnel slicing through the crew here. Tank on the second going for the Tiger tank here. Stu D almost knocked out with the 6 Pounder gun, or 17 Pounder gun. Meanwhile, Stu D keep dealing with the tank section here. Momo racing for the southern point here. Section almost wiped out. Does he get the wipe? He does get the wipe. And we got the other section 14. The Stu D almost getting knocked out. He's pushing for the southern point. Fighting for the other point. Almost got the south scene, but he can't afford to lose those Panzer Grenadiers. Almost got another section wipe here. Mine goes off here. Zodiak now rushing from the north towards the south here. As Momo is looking to just keep, I think, Zodiak running back and forth, giving him no time to repair his armor there. Panzer's almost been wiped out. He's going to need the Martyrs in there. Schnell. Martyrs moving in there. Firing from down the road onto the beaches. Good shot on the Crusader. Momo quickly holds out of there. Victor point almost been grabbed here by Momo and the 1st Armored Division. Men in the 15th Panzer Grenadier showing counterattack. Good shot on the sappers, but not enough to end the point. Stuke moving up here. Note by the way, ace level Stuke here. Martyrs rushing in here. Crusader rushing up. Panzer moving in there. Hitting on mine. Feet blowed off. We got 249 versus 32. Sections on the move here. At this point, it does feel like Zodiak is just kind of like throwing away all inhibitions. He knows it's down, you know, do or die. He needs to just get offensive here. Oh, another mine goes off here. And we got an artillery called in here by Momo. Knocking out the Marder free there with a recon loiter. Northern Pomegranate as well. They got 247 versus 29. It's a crazy fight here on the beaches. We got another Panzer III up for Zodiak. Another Panzer Kampfwagen 3.
Territory is out of supply.
17-pounder gun being picked up again here by Momo on his track. Thumbs up. Stug moving up. Panther Sophie moving up as well here. We got 236 to 29 here. Tiger tank is still being repaired. The lack of Panzer Pioneer is making it very difficult to repair that tank because, well, the crew certainly can do some of the work themselves. You know, there's still a tank crew, not a bunch of mechanics. Though, as a fun historical side fact, most German Tiger crews would actually, at least for a brief while, go to the factories to help make the tank themselves. Essentially, of course, again, more expensive, of course, also expensive, probably because, you know, they need more people working in the factories, so... Bit of a fun fact there. But it did mean, of course, that Tiger crews would have at least some mechanical understanding of the Tigers they're operating. Tight, Panther 3 down, another blow here to Zodiak, got 16 minutes 136 here. Panzer goes with machining gewehr and flamethrowers here, going for the north side here. Section being absolutely moldy with the Panzer, about 45 kills in these chaps. I mean, Panzer Grenadiers, once they get going, really get going, by the way. Really get going. Unfortunately, didn't know it went for grenades, I think would help his Panzer Grenadiers more, but that's another story. We got 9 points left here. 8. Tiger taking rush northwards here. 7. 6. There we go. GG. GG. Game over. And that's pretty much here. Zodiak runs out of time more or less here. Close at times, but ultimately I feel like part of the issue is just he got a bit too passive, I think a bit too stuck in certain parts, and that was, I think, Momo just, for the most of the match, kept a much more open mind. He was much more able to exploit any tactical weaknesses, find any gaps, and push forwards. He played much more aggressive. So even at times like, you know, Zodiak technically had like a large armored force, like triple Martyrs, 2 Stug Ds. He just never utilized it, whereas Momo just wasn't as afraid to like utilize his forces. This allowed him to both contain his opponent and also like get pretty aggressive with how he teched up, allowing him to pull out for tanks fast and even get out of that 17-pounder gun fast. So really well played by Momo, also well played by Zodiak, but just lacking that aggressive drive until the very end. But again, you know, really had great results, but at that point it just was almost too late for Zodiak. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, tell your friends, tell your family about your enemies, and of course, if you like the content I make, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. Every bit helps me out. Thank you all, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.